You ever wondered how Shroud is able to pull off clips just like this?
Dude, that was insane. That was insane. That was insane.
Well, I can tell you this, it most certainly did not happen overnight, and it most certainly did not happen by not practicing. So, what's going on, everyone? My name is Miles. Welcome back to another tip guide, and today's video I wanted to teach you guys how you guys can get Apex Predator aim as soon as possible, and I'm gonna try to keep this under 3 minutes. But before we get into it, I just want to let you guys know one more time, there's a link down in the description where you guys can go subscribe to my new channel. Once again, if you guys are not aware, I will most likely be having to leave this channel and actually move over to another channel, just because there's some things on this channel that I can't remove, that I can't change whatsoever, and YouTube's not helping me with it whatsoever. So I might be moving over to that channel, so make sure you guys go subscribe to that channel so you're not missing out on the content that I continue to post whenever I do make that switch. Also, to let you guys in on a little secret, I am going to be doing a giveaway for that channel, so I'm going to extend it for the next few days and I'm going to cut it off. And so the first people that are going to subscribe right now, make sure you do it as soon as possible so that you're not missing out on that giveaway cutoff date. And it's just going to be literally just for subscribing, and then I'll give you one extra tip so that I know that you subscribed. And then also, whenever I do a heirloom giveaway next, I am going to be doing that heirloom giveaway over on that channel, so make sure you're subscribed to that channel. So let's jump right into the video. So first off, I want to say that I have no knowledge that Shroud has ever used a third-party program such as Kovac, such as Aim Booster, or anything like that to practice his aim or warm up his aim or anything like that. From my knowledge, he just goes based off of his previous experience with Counter-Strike, and he has just gotten so good with that Counter-Strike experience that he has had for years and years and years that he's just implemented that into other games. So CSGO is a really good game to learn how to flick, to learn how to track, to learn how to get these really snap-on targets, and so that's why he has the success that he has had with his aim. But there's also multiple avenues that you guys can take to also achieve that same level of aim. Now, I just want to say though that Shroud does have countless hours on keyboard and mouse and practice on these games, so you just need to realize that you're not going to get this overnight, you're not going to get this in a week, but you will improve over time. So if you really want to achieve this, you need to dedicate some time and dedicate some practice and hours of putting in the work to achieve what you want. So in order to keep this under 3 minutes like I tried to promise, let's start now and let's break it down fast. So I want to give you guys the 3 main aspects of aiming, the most important aspects in my opinion on how you can improve the fastest. So we're going to break this down into 3 different categories. Number 1, the flick. Number 2, tracking. And then number 3, pre-aiming. So a lot of things that people really overlook are the small things that people work on that others don't. So for instance, if you play for countless hours without trying to improve a specific aspect of your aiming or a specific aspect of your gameplay, you're not going to improve as much as you can or as much as you could, considering that there are some who are mastering each and every single category. And yes, this applies for keyboard, mouse, and controller. So first off, we talked about the flick. So the flick, basically you need to learn how to maneuver your analog stick or maneuver your mouse in a way that as soon as you see a target, whether it's in your peripheral vision or whether it's right in front of you, you learn the exact movements that it takes from your mouse or your analog stick to move to that target as quick as possible. Remember, every second counts in a gunfight, so you need to make sure that you're shooting your target first. Statistically speaking, if they land the first shot, you're most likely going to lose. So for the flicking method, there's 3 ways I usually like to practice this. Number 1 is in Kovac's Aim Trainer. There's a map called Ascend Tracking V3, and although that is primarily for tracking, it also helps with the flicking, because as soon as you eliminate one target, you have to immediately put your crosshair and start shooting on the next target so that you can continuously beat your score. This requires you to really learn how to flick to the next target and start tracking immediately. So that's a good avenue to take. I also use Aim Booster, which helps a little bit to just go from target to target. But then lastly, you can always go into the firing range and look at a mountain and identify a target that you want to flick and lock onto, and just practice going as quick as you can, not just slowly moving from the mountain to the target, but just as fast as you can trying to snap from the mountain to your target. Moving on to another important tip, we're going to be talking about tracking. Now, tracking is so important simply because you might be able to flick to a target, but if you cannot continuously keep your crosshair on the target, then you're basically doing yourself no good. You need to learn how to track a target while they're they're strafing, while they're moving, while they're running, to make sure you are continuously hitting shots while you're still in the gunfight. So the best ways I like to practice this is also in Kovacs for the Ascend tracking V3 while targets strafe, and they're really random, so you never really know which way they're going to go in Kovacs. So this continuously makes you focus, makes you concentrate on every movement that they make in their strafe, so that you can learn the patterns of their strafe and learn what people are going to be doing at a higher level of Apex, and keeping your crosshair on them at all times. Another way I like to do this is just simply using the firing range feature and then aim at the very back targets that run side to side, and don't burst fire whatsoever. Hold down the trigger and try your best to hit every single shot from that far distance. However, I will say that the best way to practice the tracking is either A, using Kovacs Aim Trainer, or B, just implementing it into game and constantly practicing on all of your gunfights to make sure that you're paying attention to a strafe and you're learning how to track your target. And moving on, lastly, I think this is the most important tip in aiming, and it's not actually to deal with the specifics of aiming like flicking or tracking or anything like that, but it's learning how to pre-aim. A lot of people don't understand that, and a lot of people like to just run, and as soon as they start getting shot at, then they pull their gun up and they start aiming and shooting. What you really need to learn is how to have more game awareness to know where to aim. That way, as soon as your opponent comes around the corner, you're already aiming and shooting, so that you have an advantage. A split second can really make the world of a distance here. So pay very close attention to footsteps, pay very close attention to visual effects, and pre-aim a corner where you think that they might be, or even pre-aim any direction that you think they might come across. This way you have the first shot and the first line of sight, giving yourself the advantage in every gunfight. A lot of people really overlook game awareness and knowing how to pre-aim a fight, but in every situation you need to, as fast as you can, run it through your mind what you would do, what decision you would make if you were in your opponent's shoes. That way, if they start running away, you can learn how to track them down better and learn how to pre-aim corners. That way, if they're trying to bait you in, you'll be prepared for it and you still might be able to counter it. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Apex Legends daily videos. But not only subscribe to this channel, but subscribe to my new channel down in the description below, because like I said, that will most likely become my new channel, my main channel in the future. So make sure you go ahead and do that. Also, you're going to be putting yourself in for a giveaway, so why not? Thank you guys once again so much. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.